we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road today. As we are, we're here again, and you are there, and we thank you for being where you are. And we're right here broadcasting live again at Big John's Closeouts with the Hammer High prices on show number 2000. You see on the screen, 2229. Again on this gorgeous Tuesday, February the 4th. And so not too bad at all out there, as a matter of fact. It's going to be in the low 60s today. Sure beats what we had over the last couple of weeks. They're telling us some more cold weather's coming. We're supposed to get cold weather in February, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now it looks very nice outside. It is nice outside. Busy day. Got a doubleheader coming up tonight. We'll be on the road to Unicoi County. We'll talk about that throughout the broadcast. Birthdays today. Former Vice President Dan Quayle having a birthday, 78. The rocker Alice Cooper having a birthday, 77 today. Football Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor is 66. Country singer Clint Black having a birthday. He is 63. And Boxing Hall of Famer Oscar De La Hoya, he's having a birthday. He's 52. And those are the birthdays on, as we said, this Tuesday, February the 4th, 2025. Did we start the countdown to Christmas yet? We'll wait a little while longer. It'll be here before you know it, trust me. So we got lots to talk about. College basketball, the polls are out. Tennessee actually goes up this week. The Vols will be hosting Missouri tomorrow night at the Food City Center. Then on Thursday, the Lady Vols will be hosting UConn. So it's a big week this week for Tennessee basketball. So we'll take a look at that. High school basketball. Young lady became the all-time leading scorer at one of our schools here in the area, which is a really cool award. We've seen her twice this year. She can play. Briley Tulloch from Crockett. We'll talk about that. Games last night. Had some good ones. Got some big ones tonight. We're winding this thing down. The conference races are winding down. The tournaments are right around the corner. Week after next, we start tournament play. It's hard to believe. Then you get into district, regional, sub-state. If you're good enough and lucky enough to get on down to the big dance in Murfreesboro. So that is the ultimate goal, of course, to come home with the state championship. And we've done that here in Northeast Tennessee several times in basketball. Different guys and girls, of course. And that is the goal. So everybody right now is fine-tuning their basketball teams, getting ready for the tournaments and trying to put their best foot forward. And that's what we're doing tonight. Cyclones will be at Unicoi County. It's going to be a dandy. The girls won by 10 at our place. The Lady Cyclones did. And also the guys won by, 5? 59-54. So obviously Unicoi County is going to try to avenge both of those losses by both their guys and girls tonight. We'll go in there at 6:15, video and audio. Jackson Judah running the camera for you. You're lucky. Got a high school student said, yeah, on a Tuesday night, I'll come with you and run a camera so everybody out there can see the game, not just hear it, but to see it. So appreciate him very, very much, our high schooler Jackson Judah. So, again, running the camera for us tonight so you out there in internet land can watch the ball game tonight and listen to it as well. All right, national anthem time. Here we go. Who's going to do it? Who's going to step up today and let it rip? The greatest country in the world. Just met a gentleman here a few minutes ago. He's a Vietnam veteran. Had his ball cap on, and we thanked him profusely because without him, I couldn't be sitting here as a cowboy can talk and say what I want to in a free country. By the way, I like what our president's doing, a lot of things that he's doing. But if you've not read it or seen it, that Canada has backed down on those tariffs at the last minute. Funny how that works. Had a phone call. I'll be a son of a gun. Called out of Canada and said, we need to work this out. Okay. And then let's see, what else is going on? There's so many moving parts going on right now in Washington, D.C., and so he's doing exactly what he said he's going to do. He said, I'm here to protect. I got voted in by the people to protect the people and take care of the people, help their economy, help their safety on the borders. So looks like to me it's what he's doing. So not looks like, he is doing it. So anyway, that's what's going on there. We have lots of sports. It's Super Bowl weekend. It is. The Eagles and the Chiefs. Got a story about Jalen Hurts saying it, losing to the Chiefs a couple of years ago lit a fire under him. Okay, he gets another chance to redeem himself this Sunday. Will he? We'll see. Also, we got two stories, not one but two, about gambling. One in college, one in Major League Baseball. Sad stories. It is what it is. Here's Martina McBride to get us started. Here's the national anthem on show number 2229 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show live at Big John's Closeouts here in Elizabethton, where we hammer high prices. Our show brought to you by our title sponsor, Ford of Elizabethton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets like the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, yeah, and the home of the brave.
Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show again. We are live. As we said, we're here at Big John's Closeouts with the Hammer High Prices on show number 2,229. Said it wouldn't work, and we're rocking along. In case you missed it, let me show you one more time. We're not bragging. We're simply informing.
I'm so blessed, got this heartbeat in my chest. It doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed, got this heartbeat in my chest. It doesn't matter about the rest.
It would be officially 1,600,000 views last year in 2024. Very proud of that. So, and that's thanks to you all out there. I know our sponsors love it. We love it. So thank you, thank you. College basketball, Alabama moved up a spot in the AP Top 25 Men's College Basketball Poll from number 4 to number 3 in the country after a perfect week in the Southeastern Conference that included road win over Mississippi State and a home win over Georgia. They're now 8-1 in conference play, so the Crimson Tide moving up. Also, Tennessee moving up. So let's run down what we've got. Bama's rise been one of the biggest storylines in the SEC this season, overshadowed only by Auburn being number 1 in the country. So they remain number 1 again this week for the 4th consecutive week. It looks like this: Auburn, Duke, Alabama, Tennessee up to number 4, Houston at number 5, Florida at number 6, Purdue at number 7, Iowa State at number 8. At number 9 is Michigan State, and rounding out the top 10 is Texas A&M. So SEC, yeah, number 1, number 3, number 4, number 6, number 10. Men's college basketball. Half of the top 10 in this country this week are SEC basketball teams. Every night it's a war, no question. Tomorrow night, same. Food City Center, Tennessee, and Missouri. Thursday night, Lady Vols will be hosting Geno and the UConn Lady Huskies at the Food City Center in Knoxville. I'd love to go watch that game, but I think I got something going on I can't, but I'd love to watch it. Number 11 is Marquette. 12th is St. John's. Say what you want. Rick Pitino's team is going up and up and up. I like Rick Pitino. He can coach. St. John's at number 12. Texas Tech 13. Kentucky 14. Missouri 15. Kansas 16. Then comes Memphis at number 17 this week. The Maryland Terrapins at 18. 19th is UConn, and rounding out the top 20 are the Wildcats of Arizona. Then comes Wisconsin, Mississippi State, Illinois, Michigan, and Ole Miss, rounding out the top 25. So let's look again. How many more teams are the SEC teams? All right, there's Kentucky, Texas A&M. Oh, we already got Texas. Okay, Kentucky. You've got Mississippi State and Ole Miss. What is that? 8. 8 teams out of the top, a third of the top 25 teams out of the SEC. That's an interesting stat, to say the least. 2 biggest moves in the AP this week. Texas Tech goes from 22 to 13, jumping 9 spots to the Red Raiders, and Maryland, which went from unranked to number 18. So there you go. So those are 2 big jumps in college basketball. Last night, yet another upset. We had 11 on the weekend, including Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday. We had 12 now because last night Iowa State is reeling. They lost again, 16th ranked Kansas beat them by 17. So 8th ranked Iowa State losing by 17, and so the Jayhawks get a big W tonight. Who's playing where in top 25 college basketball? You've got number 11 Marquette at number 11 St. John's. Big matchup there. Number 14 Kentucky, the Wildcats in Oxford to battle 25th ranked Ole Miss. Also tonight, those are head-to-head games. Number 7 Purdue at Iowa. Number 6 Florida hosting Vanderbilt tonight in Gainesville. 5th ranked Houston, the Cougars, home to Oklahoma State. Number 21 Wisconsin, the Badgers hosting Indiana. 13th ranked Texas Tech, we just talked about them, hosting the Baylor Bears tonight. Top ranked Auburn. The Tigers, the War Eagles tonight. College basketball, Auburn hosting the Sooners of Oklahoma, which is where Tennessee goes on Saturday. 9th ranked Michigan State. They go to UCLA tonight. And 20th ranked Arizona will be at BYU in men's top 25 college basketball. So top ranked Auburn tonight. Can Oklahoma knock them off in Alabama? We'll see. It's been a crazy week. As we said, 12 of the top 25 teams over the weekend got beat. So half the field got upset. So there you go. We'll see. We got a couple of stories about gambling coming up. Sad commentary in our sporting world. All right, right now doing the New Year New Ride sales event at Ford of Elizabethton and Ford Elizabethton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 0 money down on a new Ford Escape or the popular Mustang Mach-E. 0 money down right now. New Year, New Ride sales event going on at Ford of Elizabethton and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Elizabethton. 0 money down on new Ford Escape or the popular Mustang Mach-E. Also, while you're there, test drive the Ford Ranger, crowned the 2025 North American Truck of the Year. It is nice. I've driven one before when I've traveled for the Cyclones. They give me a vehicle to drive. It's nice. The 2025 North American Truck of the Year is the Ford Ranger from Ford of Elizabethton. And 0% APR on select new models of the Ram 1500, the head-turning Jeep Wagoneer, and the Grand Cherokees. How about that? And one more, 15% off the MSRP on Jeep Gladiators. All that again at Ford of Elizabethton and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Elizabethton. Our great title sponsor here of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Love those guys and ladies down there. They work hard. They do a great job, and it's a good place to wheel and deal. Be loyal and buy local and shop it right here in Elizabethton at Ford of Elizabethton and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Ford Ranger named the 2025. I think that's really cool. We'll have to go down and get me one. And where do I drive? I think I'm going to Morristown on Monday. I may see if old Josh will say, let me cruise on down in a Ford Ranger. Let me tell everybody about it. The Ford Ranger, the 2025 North American Truck of the Year, available at Ford of Elizabethton. We're here live again. Coming up, Mike Barnett's here with us. Here's a brand new commercial we got from the good folks here at Big John's Closeout with Hammer High Prices on cabinets. How about that? They're cranking out some good stuff. Here is Mike's going to join us coming up. Here it is, Big John's Cabinets on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again. We're live here at Big John's Closeouts. Here's the verses of the day. We always dedicate our broadcast to the man who hung on the cross. No questions, no apologies. Hello, Francis Russell, by the way, Jacob Phillips and George Gwynn, one of our great sponsors of Container Map. Psalm 16, 1 and 2 says, "Keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge." Verse 2, "I said to the Lord, you are my Lord. Apart from you, I have no good thing." Whew. What a verse. "Keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge." Verse 2, "I said to the Lord, you are my Lord. Apart from you, I have no good thing." If that don't get you fired up, your wood's wet. Psalm 16, 1 and 2, the verse of broadcast. We always dedicate our show or ball game or whatever to the man who hung on the cross. We'll be right back. We've got Mike coming up next. Here's where we're going to be tonight at Unicoi County High School with Cyclone basketball. It's exciting Elizabeth and Cyclone doubleheader basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join me this Tuesday night from Unicoi County High School. It's the final road conference game of the regular season as the Cyclones travel to Unicoi County. The Lady Cyclones get us started. Airtime at 6:15, video and audio with the boys game to follow. Big road test. The Cyclones at Unicoi County. It all starts at 6:15 this Tuesday night here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabeth and Cyclone basketball.
This sandwich is not just spicy, it's flavorful.
Hi, this is Patayo.
And this is Elsa.
And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is that spicy kick. I really like the marinated chicken breast because the spice comes in at just the right moment.
Oh, no. A little thing I love is that cilantro lime sauce. It's a fun blend of zesty and bold. It's highlighting the flavors in the chicken. That's what really makes me happy. Are you gonna eat all your fries?
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we just saw the commercial for the spicy chicken sandwich, and Mike says, "Man, I like this yellow kick to it. I like it. You like it? It's too hot for me." And you said,
"Well, if you're going to end up operating all this steel equipment stuff, you're going to have to toughen up. I mean, you got to be like a spokesman. You got to be out there, sort of, manned up."
So what he's telling me is I'm a weenie, and that's okay. So.
You grow into it.
If the shoe fits, slip it on. I got it on. So now everything else over on the menu, I'll go after that nuggets, the grilled chicken wrap. Had chicken noodle soup yesterday, but the spicy chicken. But they're selling a bunch of them. One of them has been sold to Mike Barnett. He likes them. So that's the sandwich you just saw again from one of our great sponsors, Chick-fil-A. Cyclone basketball tonight will be on the road to Unicoi County. Girls won by 10 the first time at our place, 44-34. The guys won 59-54. So obviously heading down the home stretch, tournaments week after next. Seeding is very important. These games are big tonight. And so then Friday night, we'll have our final home game of the season. It's hard to believe. Somebody the other day, we were doing media day, getting started. Now we're talking, getting ready to turn the page, and baseball and softball's right around the corner. Friday night, Tennessee High. Outside, we had Groundhog Day Sunday. Outside today on Tuesday, sun's out, upper 50s, low 60s. We're talking maybe 70s around here by the week. Then it's going to cool back down, and it should in February here in the mountains. But we're going to love what we got today. But what it puts people in mind of, I would think, would be spring fix-up, and we're going to do a segment on cabinets coming up later on the show. But we've got what we got going on today. Metal roofing, what do you want to talk about?
Well, there's a number of things, as you start getting ready for spring, you start looking around the house, what do I need to repair for, both inside and out. You start thinking of things that you want to prioritize and things that you want to do. And, we sell quite a bit of metal roofing, to a lot of our community here. And we stock a number of different, sizes and colors of metal roofing. Right at this time, Galvalume, which is your galvanized and aluminum mixed metal roofing, they're 3-foot wide sheets. We're running them on sale right now at $1.99 a foot. They're normally $2.29 a foot, and we normally keep 8s, 12s, and 16s in stock. So they ran a little bit of a sale right before Christmas. We bought up quite a little bit of it, so we're able to run it at $1.99 a foot. But also, if you're looking for a color or something of that nature, we stock a white, a brown, and a hunter green. also in 8-foot, 12-foot, and 16-foot lengths. That sells for $289 a foot. This is a 40-year metal. Now, your Galvalume's 25-year warranty. The colors that we stock is a 40-year warranty. But, also for that $289 a foot, we can special order it. Whatever length you need, if you need 10 foot 6 inches instead of 12 foot or an 8 foot, we can order it to length. They normally run to us about once a week. As far as ridge cap and rake to go on the side, and other specialty moldings, we stock a lot of those, as well as the screws to anchor it down with, the titanium felt and stuff to go under it, and stuff of that nature. So if you're looking at doing a metal roofing project, we pretty much can either get it for you real quick or we've got it here in stock.
There's no notes. That's what amazed me about this gentleman. It's all up here up in his noggin. Of course, he owns the company, but still yet. There's a lot of moving parts in here, and all this is from memory. That tells you, for me, when I come here, I know what I'm going to get. First and foremost, customer service. Number two, I get product knowledge. These guys know what they're doing. They don't have to get on the phone, call somebody. They know what they're doing, know what they're talking about. All the different guys, we'll let Mike tell you who those are in a minute. But so everything you're hearing right here is totally, basically off the cuff and out of the noggin. And it impresses me because I got to read everything. I can't remember anything anymore. So, but Mike is.
Well, I make a lot of notes now. This is, as far as ordering stuff and trying to keep up with stuff. You have so many different moving parts sometimes in a store. If you don't make notes, you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Yep. But what you just heard from here on the show, all out of the noggin. What is this we got right here, sir?
Well, we've got 2 or 3 different projects. More and more people are finding it difficult to get paneling. Paneling is becoming a little bit more of a rare commodity. What used to be when I started in this business, 47 years ago, paneling was the cat's meow. You had paneling, wainscoting, and all this different stuff that was out there quite frequently used. But now, paneling, there's just a few suppliers that are still manufacturing paneling. It's a little bit harder to get. You have to buy it in such huge quantities. It's becoming where people are looking for different options other than sheetrock and stuff of that nature. So a lot of people are using either 1x6 or 1x8. We stock a 1x6 and a 1x8 tongue and grooved. It's V-jointed on one side, and you flip it over. It is a smooth board on the back, so it's sort of a reverse type pattern. And these things come in various lengths from 8 all the way up to 16 foot long. And right now we're running the 1x6, which is one of our more popular patterns and stuff. And it does have a V-joint when you put it together here. It's beveled. We're running it at $1.09 per foot. And the 1x8, which is a little bit wider, if you like that type profile, something just a little bit wider and still got the V-joint when you put it together, we're running it at $1.49 per lineal foot. And we normally keep it, primarily in 8s and 12s and 16s, but we can get 10s and 14s. Sometimes, if you're allowed, if you've got some time for us to work on it, 14s and 10s being a little bit less popular, sometimes we can call the supplier and they'll give us a little bit of a break. And so maybe we can help you with the 14 or 10 foot if that'll work for your project. If not, 8s and 12s and 16s we normally have in stock. And this stuff can be, it can be clear sealed and left natural. It can be stained and then a sealer put on it. Just depending on whatever your needs is, you can pretty much do it with this wood and have that nice wood look in a 3/4 thick board that's going to just last on and on and on.
We are here again. Be loyal, buy local. This is I call it a mom and pop business. It is. It's not a chain. It's right here in East Tennessee in Elizabeth and Mountain City. Of course, we're always here at the Elizabeth store. Be loyal, buy local. You're talking about stains. Success story again from Big John's. Got the Minwax warm gloss, high gloss polyurethane, and I got to do some more this weekend, as a matter of fact. But I stained the bulk of ripped my carpet up, and got down the hardwood floors and stained them from Minwax. Got right here. Man, it is nice. It's beautiful. Yeah. Looks like you poured water on it. It's so shiny. And I put it on back in the summer. I thought, well, what if it'll wear down and I got to come back and put another coat? Nope. It's really, really good. I got my Minwax right here at Big John's Closeouts. I have my steel products from Big John's. We have the battery-powered chainsaw, hedge trimmer, leaf blower, and weed eater, all battery-powered. Love them. Wouldn't take anything for them. I love them. And again, as I said every time I'm over here, I was a little skeptical because I always used gas-powered stuff before. These batteries, man, it comes with a charger, plug it in, charge it up, put it out there, put it on your utensils you're using, and it's got power.
Oh yeah,
It's got power. The
and
chainsaw's
they
got
recharge.
power too.
You know, they
Oh, yes.
recharge rather quickly.
Yes,
and,
they do.
And one of the things when you've got multiple items like me and you have, you've got quite a few batteries.
Yep.
So you can always have one or two already charged. So if you're doing a fairly good sized job of blowing off a big driveway or a lot of trimming or a lot of brush cleanup and stuff, run out on that battery, just go in, plug it into the charger, take the one that's charged, put it in, and you're right back to work. So, plus they're quieter. They're cleaner to run, as far as that goes. And, Steel's coming out with more and more in the battery line, and they're doing more and more promotions. And we'll probably go over that this coming month when we do another remote, hopefully, have you here. We'll have some promotional items from Steel in their battery product line that we can sort of highlight because we'll be getting knee-deep into spring then in March.
Absolutely. Now, he's going to come back in a few minutes and do cabinetry, and that's great because this time of the year, folks in here looking at cabinetry. You have toilets over here, you got vanities, you've got mirrors, you've got countertops, got the whole kit and caboodle here, full service to help you out. Again, be loyal, buy local, but I always like to ask him what separates him from everybody else. So I'm going to hit this magic button, and we're going to record one, and here we go. We're talking to our buddy again, Mike Barnett, the owner of Big John's Closeouts. Lots of home improvement places out there. What, in your humble opinion, separates Big John's Closeouts from the competition?
Well, I think what makes us a little bit different is, the amount of years of knowledge that you've got here. I've got a number of guys that's been with me, for many, many years. I've been in this for 47, going on 48 years, counting my time with Patey Lumber Company. We've seen a lot of changes. A lot of things have improved, and there's different product lines and stuff. And so what you're going to get is people that will work hard to give you the right product and the right answers to your questions on how to repair or update or improve or whatever it may be, but also will be willing to listen. We're not just trying to promote sales. We want to know what your needs are so that we can meet those needs and meet them in a way when you leave and you go back and you work on your project, you feel good about it. Also, we're local. Everyone here that you see in this store lives here in Elizabethton or maybe just right into Johnson City. They shop local. The payroll, the taxes and this stuff goes into the local community. We sponsor a lot of local teams through either banners on the fences or in the gymnasiums, and some of the softball and baseball teams and stuff of that nature. We give locally to a lot of nonprofits. We don't advertise that. I'm not into that. That's I'm not trying to get someone to just walk up and pat me on the back, but behind the scene we try to help various nonprofits with needs. We've been working hard to give extra discounts and do things for flood victims and churches and organizations and nonprofits that have come in here, from the Baptist or other Mennonites, whatever they may be, to help get them products at a discounted price and even give them some various items and anchors and nails and things to help them do projects to put people back in homes that have been knocked out.
Be loyal, buy local. Love working with this gentleman and this great company, Big John's Closeouts. Hours are open, sir.
We're here 7:30 to 6, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday, and of course we're closed on Sunday to worship the Lord.
Social media, how do we find you?
Well, you can either go to experts at bigjohns.com. If you're looking for cabinets and want to have a question about cabinets or send in just a sketch and say, can you give me a rough price or whatever, you can send that to cabinets at bigjohnscloseouts.com. They can reach out to me at Mike, M-I-K-E, at bigjohnscloseouts.com with any concerns or questions, and I'll try to do my best to help them.
Phone number is?
You can reach us at 423-542-4755.
4755. Great sponsor, be loyal, buy local. Big John's Closeouts here in Elizabethton and Mountain City. We're here in Elizabethton where they hammer high prices. There you go. We just made us a commercial. We're coming back here and going to do cabinetry in a little while, right?
Cabinetry, and we'll just talk about basic stuff like that. Yeah,
There you go.
countertops, flooring, the different stuff that's going on there.
We're live here again at Big John's Closeouts. Coming up, take a break. We'll be right back. We'll talk, unfortunately, about gambling. We got 2 stories about gambling. One of those, an umpire got fired because he got caught gambling, Major League Baseball, which is not good, and another one involving college basketball, which is not good. We'll take a break. He's here. He made my car look pretty. I want him to tell everybody about it. He is a good guy, and he can fix. Mine was pretty dirty, to say the least. When he brought it back to me yesterday, I said, "What do you think?" He said, "Pretty dirty." I said, "Yeah, it was. I know that. That's why I gave it to my buddy Terrence Turner. He got it cleaned up. He can do mine. He can do yours." He joins us real quick. Talk about it right after this. Then we got a little bit later on. Got high school basketball. We've got some college football news. We've got the Super Bowl. We got NASCAR. Got lots to talk about. Ivan Sanders joins us at the top of the hour here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Senator Creighton, you're one of our great sponsors. Christmas Club savings account for next year. Tell me about it.
Yes, let's talk about it because now you're going to have 12 months to do this. What better time than right now to open your Christmas Club savings? There's no cost on this. This is just something that we can help you transfer automatic funds, either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, out of your check. So that way you won't even have to worry about it. And each time that you have that transferred, either you can do it yourself or deposit into this account, or we can have automatic draft set up. That's just convenient for you. And like I said, it's just another sub-account to your savings and checking at Northeast Community Credit Union. So if you have any questions, visit bemycu.org or come in and see us at one of our convenient locations or call 423-547-1200.
And you cut checks when? Next year? October, November? So when you get your checks?
Yes.
Save it up all year?
Yeah, so direct deposit could be your monthly paycheck.
Okay.
And so you can allocate a percentage of that paycheck into the Christmas Club. And that way, when you get to October, November, it's going to be built up. And so it's a great feature, and people love it.
The Christmas Club savings account for Christmas 2024
Yes.
from Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. It's exciting Elizabeth and Cyclone doubleheader basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join me this Tuesday night from Unicoi County High School. It's the final road conference game of the regular season as the Cyclones travel to Unicoi County. The Lady Cyclones get us started. Airtime at 6:15, video and audio with the boys game to follow. Big road test. The Cyclones at Unicoi County. It all starts at 6:15 this Tuesday night here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabeth and Cyclone basketball. There he is. There's the man right here, folks. Took my car and whipped it into shape. It looked good, man. It looks good. I was driving around, man. I thought, it just makes you feel better when your car's cleaned up. It did me. And how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, I appreciate him very much. He came and got it, picked it up while I was doing Chick-fil-A show yesterday, cleaned it up, put the spit shine on it, and hello, sir, and brought it back, and I love it, and he'll do that for you too. So, Terrence Turner, T's Auto Protection. So, tell everybody out there what you do and how you do it and how good you do.
It's like, so we offer window tinting, detailing, ceramic coatings, paint protection film. We about do it all. The only thing we don't do is wraps. But we might do that in the future. We want it. One of the best in the Tri-Cities is like we have people come all over. We've had people come from Kingsport, from Greenville, everything, because there's some things that somebody can't do. So as far as the detailing or as far as the window tinting, ceramic coating, anything like that, you have scratches in your car, we can get those out. If you want to protect your new investment, we could also do that for you with the ceramic coating or the paint protection film. We could do it all.
I've never heard of ceramic coatings. That's a new one. So that's actually you apply it to the paint on your car or your vehicle?
Yes, sir. So what we do is we take all the scratches out that is on the car currently. It's like, and then the way I explain it to people is like ceramic coating is like putting sunscreen on your skin. So it protects your car. It's like from the heat rays, from the aging, from all the bug guts and everything like that.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier to wash. It's not a miracle worker. Your car's still going to get dirty, but it makes it a lot easier to wash. And keeps that new shine on it.
So he brought it back to me yesterday. I got in and I went, wow. I mean, it really looks good. He did a great job, and I appreciate it very much. So window tinting, auto detailing, you heard him say ceramic coatings. They do it all. You can shampoo the carpeting. You clean it all up, spiff it up. And so what all did you do to mine yesterday?
What we did is we vacuumed it out. It's usually some people like to take the seats out, but we have a lot of tools that we don't have to take seats out anymore. We could get all up under there. You'd be surprised what we found up under people's seats. There was a few people that thank us for finding some of the items under their seats that they thought were lost. And then we washed it on the outside, gave it a good shine, shine the tires, clean the wheels, clean your door jambs, everything like that. We've also had, like I said, we can't clean the windows also. We've also had some, older people that can't clean their windows come by, and we do that for free. If you just, if they just swing by, if we're there, just swing by, and we just do that real quick because, we want everybody to be safe as they drive.
Customer service. How long have you been doing this?
We've been open since 2020. It's as my business, I've been doing it ever since I was 15.
So 5 years into this as an official business, which is really neat. Then, where are you located at? For folks who need to know, you're located here in Elizabethton, right?
Yes, sir. 1952 West Elk Avenue, right next to Domino's. You can't miss it.
I can see why people come from all over the Tri-Cities to get your car cleaned up because he did a really, really good job in a timely manner. And so, plus it didn't break I didn't have to go out and get a loan to pay him either. It was very, very fair, very reasonable, and I'm very, very, very pleased. So I said, won't you come tomorrow and talk about it? So he said, I will, and he is. And so, are you on Facebook, social media?
Yes, sir. T's Auto Protection, Facebook, Instagram. Everybody that likes TikTok too, we're on that. It's I don't post as much on TikTok, but we're on that also.
So he's busy. So you got to book him. I mean, I booked him last week, and so he got it on Monday. I booked it, I think it was Thursday for a Monday. So it's not like same day because he's busy and he does a great job, and he's got a list, but he can get you on there and get you turned pretty quick. And so waxing, somebody told me with the new cars, which I disagree with, new cars, you don't need to wax them like the old cars because a lot of it's fiberglass, a lot of it's different, and these new vehicles, I say new over the last 15, 20 years, don't need a wax job, and I totally disagree. All vehicles need a wax job, don't they?
Yeah, it's just good to have, a lot of people, they want to get that first wax so they know it was done. There's actually a lot of the new cars have less clear coat than the older cars. So, that's the industry trying to cut a little bit corners and still make that buck that they want to do. But, we have the stuff to, help protect for years to come.
Didn't have room on the bottom to put owner. I just put with because it was less letters, but he owns it. This is his company.
Yeah.
Terrence Turner with T's Auto Protection. He played football at Elizabeth, and he was a stud. He could tote the mail. You played, what'd you say, 2009 to
2012.
2012?
Yes, sir.
What's a big memory for you playing Cyclone football? Big game for you, big game for the team? Give me one of those games, man. I remember on this particular night, I did this. What night would that have been?
It's if I had to pick one, it'd probably be my senior year. It's we went into double overtime with Sullivan North. I actually got hurt that game. But it was just a team experience. You mentioned my friend Ethan Thomas. It's
Stud.
It's basically like we traded halves. It's the first half I was on, then I got hurt. And then the second half he turned it on and finished the deal. So that's one of the ones that stick out to me. That's one of the best moments that I've had.
He is a legend. We're going to get him on the show. We're going to get him on the ball games. Ethan Thomas. So I remember calling the games against him. I was doing South. Tell me if I'm right. It looked like, well, it didn't look like he did. He got stronger as the game went on. I mean, he would take a pounding. I mean, these guys would lay the wood to him, and he'd get back up, just kind of shake himself off, and he'd come back at you. He'd hit you harder. He got stronger as the game went on, didn't he?
Yeah, he was kind of like a Derrick Henry.
Absolutely.
So, that's probably the best way to put it.
Good comparison.
As Derrick Henry gets more touches and gets gets through the game, it's like everybody wears down. It's like, and he's still going strong. Ethan was like that. We competed against each other a lot during practice, and we made each other better. To this day, I mean, he we used to do board drills together, and we always hated to go against each other, but at the same time, it was always a draw. So I mean, it was a great experience.
He made you better.
Yeah,
and you made him better.
Yes, sir.
It went both ways.
Yeah, I was kind of like a mentor to him. He would say I was a mentor to him, but I didn't know it at the time. But he had a really good career. And I'm happy that he still holds the rushing record and everything, and just happy that he's doing good.
Ethan Thomas, we're talking about a running back, Elizabeth, and played with Terrence. Ethan Thomas has 6, not 1, not 2, 6 records still in the Tennessee high school football, all-time rushing records. He had consecutive, it's like 13, I'd have to go back and look. I didn't look before it came because I know he was going to talk about him, but 13 or 14 consecutive, no, it was more than that, 18 or 19 consecutive 100-yard games. I mean, this guy was the real deal. And so he is, got to get him on the show.
Yeah, sure.
He is a legend in Elizabethton, and we need to make sure people know that, and that's what we're talking about. Ethan Thomas, but of course we're talking about this gentleman too. You coach now. For folks who don't know, you coach on the Cyclone staff.
Yes, sir. It's like with my full-time business, is I coach with Coach Sean Witten, and the other people on the staff. I coach receivers and corners, and do a little special team stuff.
Yep, special teams. All right, so you're a football guy. Coming up this Sunday's a pretty big game.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl, the Chiefs and the Eagles. Who wins that game in your humble opinion?
It's that's a tough one to say, but I think the Eagles got it this time. It's hard to start Saquon. He's a really good back. And especially with that line, I think it's a hard match to stop. It almost makes you wonder what Barry Sanders would have looked like if he had a really great line like that. So
amen.
Yeah.
So here's a couple of really crazy stats for this game. Saquon Barkley rushed for over 100 yards 14 out of the 19 games this season. That's a stud.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's had over 100 yards, I think, all the playoff games so far.
Yeah.
On the flip side, the Chiefs have gone 18 straight games out letting the other teams, any of the running backs in the other team, get 100 yards. So something's got to give. You got Barkley who can do it, and the Chiefs say you can't do it. So we're going to see. Is that a key to the game? Is Barkley's running?
Yeah, it's if I don't believe that they can stop him from getting 100 yards. He's just too powerful. So he knows how to set you up, and with that line, they just feed off of him.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a good running game, it helps everything else. So they're gonna have to go cover zero, and man those guys up on A.J. Brown and Smith. And I don't think that the slants and the go routes, it's like they're hard to cover every single time. So you're gonna have to deviate something. But Spagnolia is a really good defensive coordinator. He knows how to cook up the right blitz at the right time and everything. So I think it's going to be a real good chess match.
We'll see. Coming up Sunday night, it's going to be a dandy. The Chiefs and the Eagles. And, of course, I got a story a little bit later on that Jalen. There's Reese Sauer, ladies and gentlemen, reporting for work. How you doing, sir? I'm doing good. Go to church. That boy's a fine young man. I stopped me dead in my tracks. Old Reese come through the door. Got out of school early, come work. So where was I going with this? So the Super Bowl will be the Eagles and the Chiefs. I was going to make a point, and Reese walked in the door and stopped me dead in my tracks. He's a good kid. Mahomes. Mahomes rushes the ball more in the playoffs than he does in the regular season. So, and they keep talking about this X factor. Can the Eagles stop him? And on where I was going, Jalen Hurts, I got a story here, said that losing to them last time out lit his fire. He's been motivated to get back and get another shot at him ever since, and so he does, and he will. And so he said it's going to be a different Jalen Hurts this time out. Chiefs boys say, okay, we'll see. Mahomes says, we're going to just do our thing, line up and do our thing. And so it's going to be a great matchup. So the keys to the game will be what? Can you stop Barkley, I guess? Can the Chiefs stop Barkley, and can the Eagles slow down Mahomes?
Yeah, it's like, so, the keys to the game are going to be, like I said, like, can they stop Saquon? It's like, and then, with the Chiefs, they don't, even though Kelsey's the main guy, it's like they use everybody. So, you can't just, forget about the fourth man on the roster or anything like that. That's what's so good about them, because they'll beat you with their 2 or 3s. It's like they don't have to beat you with their 1. So with the Eagles, it's like I think don't try to get too fancy. It's like just run behind Saquon, feed him. It's like, and then bring in the secondary when you need to. It's like, but I think Saquon's gonna be hungry to be in his first Super Bowl. It's like, and because he also wasn't able to go get that rushing record, and I think Jalen would be hungry too. It's like he always he's like a motivational speaker. Everything he says, I mean, is basically the right thing. Great guy. Is like, but also, I mean, a crazy stat is that everybody that's made in the Super Bowl twice, they had the one who won it the first time won it the second time. That's just like what Tom Brady is like, and Eli Manning, they met twice. Is like Eli Manning won twice. Is like that was both of Eli Manning's Super Bowls and everything like that. So it'd be interesting because there's a lot of history in this. So I mean, they could have 3-peat, and then the Eagles could break that break that spell of meeting somebody in the Super Bowl the first time, you win the second time. So there's a lot of history behind this game.
Absolutely. And oh, by the way, Sunday is Saquon Barkley's birthday.
Yeah.
Be a pretty good birthday present for him to tote the mail and win this thing for the Eagles. So I know a lot of folks are tired of hearing about Mahomes. He's an incredible talent. I like his stand for the Lord, how he stands for God, and doesn't falter and waver for that. A lot of folks are tired of hearing about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and just every time there's any play, they got to flash up in the press box, see what she's doing. It's like, okay, we're over it. I'm over it.
I do have to ask you this: is like, was everybody like this when when Jordan went for his 3-peat? Like like what? That's the question I really have to, I guess, the world. It's like, I guess whether you like him or not, everybody's tired of the same person winning. Like when Jordan was when he had both of his 3-peats, it's like, was everybody like, I just don't want to see them anymore.
Some of them were tired of hearing him. Yeah, tired of hearing about it. Or when the Lakers had their run, got tired. When the Celtics had their run, they got tired of hearing about it. So, but you got to give them props. They're playing for the third straight Super Bowl. There's something to be said for that, the Chiefs. And so I'm a Raiders guy, so I can't stand the Chiefs. So it's just the way it is.
You might have your time.
It may be coming.
Yeah.
It can't be any worse. I can tell you that. We couldn't play dead in a Western movie. We're terrible. But they've hired Pete Carroll. They've hired Chip Kelly. So maybe the silver and black will be back. I don't know. But back in the day in the old AFL, that was a bitter rivalry. And so I'm not a big fan of those guys in red. So I'm pulling for the Eagles. But they're an incredible team. And so it'll be a great one. I think he's right. It's going to be a great Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. A lot of subplots and storylines in this game like normal. We didn't talk about the kicking game. You got Elliott for Philadelphia and Butker for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That'll you know this. You played it. You've coached it. And these big games, special teams always comes up big. The kicking game.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's like those would be huge. It's like especially since Buckner he was hurt during the regular season. Came back and everything like that. They're both great kickers. Like I said, I coach where we try to really hone in on special teams. Is like all three phases. Is like because it's not just offense and defense. It's like if you could win in that special team phase, it's like that could be the difference in the game. So
absolutely,
like I said, and it's been the difference in the game. Is like whether we won or lost. In the past, is like I remember one of my first games. We were facing Science Hill. Is like at the stadium. Is like and we got an onside, we got a bloop kick. It's like, and that changed the matter of the game because we had all the momentum. It's like, and we kept going with that. So, really, you can change momentum in a blink of an eye.
Missed field goal, block punt, drop the punt, kickoff return, punt return, big for a touchdown, field goal misses. I mean, you can run the gamut. Onside kick that goes wrong or goes good, depending on how it works. It can work for you or work against you. So it'll be big, the Super Bowl. Terrence Turner with T's Auto Protection. What's your phone number, sir, to call?
423-440-8169.
440-8169. He cleaned up my vehicle, and it was pretty rough because I live out of the thing. I'm in it all the time. And I said, how was it? He just smiled. He said, it was dirty. I said, oh, yeah, I knew it was. That's why I got him to clean it up. Thank you, sir. Great
Yes,
job.
sir.
He didn't know he was going to talk football, but obviously he can talk football. And he's right. Ethan Thomas was a stud. Good night. In my opinion, one of the all-time greats in Northeast Tennessee. Well, he is one of the all-time greats. He's got six records in the record books, Tennessee high school football. It still stands. He's been out of school. You guys graduated. He graduated in 12 or he graduated a little later?
I graduated in 13. He graduated in 15.
15. So it's
Yes,
10 years. 10 years. Still has six records in the record books of Tennessee high school football. That, my friend, will be defined as a stud, plain and simple. Quick break. We'll be right back. Another stud's here. Ivan Sanders in the house. He's a sports stud. The stud. Capital T-A-G, the stud. He joins us next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to Joseph Taylor, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And what's going on at Ivy Hall Nursing Home?
Ivy Hall, we would love to have short-term rehab patients. If you go in for knee surgery, shoulder surgery, stuff like that, you need a little bit of rehab, please consider Ivy Hall. We have private rooms for our short-term rehab patients. We offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, full-time respiratory therapy. We'd love to take care of you.
Looking for help? Looking for folks to work here?
Absolutely, 100%. If you want to come in, if you're a CNA, LPN, RN, you want to work in dietary, laundry, housekeeping, we would love to have you. You can go to ivyhallnursinghome.com and fill out an application. Somebody will certainly call you back if you put in an application.
Yep. So all these different folks, you take care of these different therapy programs, right?
Absolutely. We love the short-term patients. We love the long-term patients. Either one, we want to take care of anybody that comes our way, for sure.
Social media?
Social media, Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook, and like I said, ivyhallnursinghome.com.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, folks. Love promoting them. Again, the great folks here in Elizabethton, sponsor of the Tom Baylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Ivy Hall Nursing Home. Back in the Tom Baylor Sports Show, we're live here again at Big John's Closeouts with a hammer high price, and might be back here in a few minutes to talk about cabinets. We've got basketball tonight. We're heading down the home stretch. Ivan Sanders is here. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Tom. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for stopping by. Always a treat to have Ivan in. We were talking about Ethan Thomas, talking about Terrence Turner. Them boys could tote the mail. They could play.
They could tote the mail, absolutely.
Terrence didn't want to talk much about him because that's how he is. That's why I like the guy. But he said, but we know, and I know, and everybody else knows, when he played football, when he ran with authority. It was really a double whammy. You had the big load back there, which was Ethan. He'd hammer you. And you got this, Terrence was the water bug.
Thunder and lightning.
Oh, thunder and lightning. Good way to talk about him. Great guy. And he does do a great job on vehicles. He can help you clean yours up. He can clean mine up, too. So he did. If he can clean mine up, he can certainly clean yours up. College hoops. Figured it out, looked it up here before you got here. We've got 8 out of the 20, a third of the top 25 teams are out of the SEC, including 5 out of the top 10. I mean, proof's in the pudding. Tennessee moves up this week. Auburn's still number 1. Let's see, we got
Alabama's 3.
Alabama's 3. I got it right here. I did have it right here, and I still have it right here. Auburn's 1, Alabama's 3, Tennessee's 4, Florida's 6, Texas A&M is 10. Proof's in the pudding. It's a football conference, but it ain't. It's just as much a basketball conference. And so, but you finish it out, Kentucky and Mississippi State and Ole Miss are still there, so they're in it. That's 8 out of the 25 teams this week are from the SEC. Tennessee beating Florida on Saturday, very impressive.
Yes.
How they did it without Ziegler and without the other big guy. Ziegler's not a big guy, but the big guy was out. And so they got Missouri tomorrow night at the Food City Center. They got Oklahoma on Saturday. The Lady Vols, they've got UConn coming in on Thursday night. That's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a huge game for the Lady Vols. You know, they've played well this year. They've lost some big games only by 1 or 2 points. And, you know, I think Coach Caldwell's done a great job with those ladies this year. And they need a banner win. They've played so hard and come so close to these teams like LSU and Oklahoma and some of the others. And, you know, a key win over UConn would really go a long way in helping that program, especially as the season winds down. They're going into the tournament.
I'm going to call it. Tennessee wins it Thursday night. It's an upset because UConn's, till the polls come out today, they're number 6 in the country. And Gino, of course, is Gino and all he's done and all the accolades and the records and the wins and the championships. But Kim Caldwell's going to get her first big signature win Thursday night. Old West Virginia girl. Graduated last year. Coached last year from where? Marshall. We are Marshall. Yes. So, anyway, she's going to get us a big W on Thursday night. Kim Caldwell, calling it right now. Tennessee will upset UConn on Thursday. There you go.
There you go.
Super Bowl Sunday, what do you think? Eagles, Chiefs, as Terrence said, some great storylines, subplots. Obviously, with Saquon Barkley and Patrick Mahomes and on and on and on. So, what's your take? Do the Eagles have what it takes to beat them, or will it be 3 in a row for the Chiefs?
I think the Chiefs is probably going to set a record. I think they'll win their 3rd straight. You know, it's one of those Super Bowls that it's a lot of people are just that I've talked to is really doesn't have an interest in it this year. I mean, they're tired of seeing the same team in it for the third straight year, and Philadelphia around this area is not really a big draw. There's some fans, but it's one of those things that most people will be watching a game for the commercials versus the actual football game.
So why is that? Why do we want people to win championships, and when we win too many, we get tired of it? Be the Yankees, be the Patriots, the Celtics, the Lakers, the Bulls. I'm thinking of teams that had great runs down through the years in different sports.
Dodgers and some of those other teams. I think it's just the fact that people like to pull for the underdog, and they like to see different teams, have an opportunity to claim, a championship. It's kind of like no different than when the Tennessee Vols won the baseball championship last year. It's just one of those things where you have a tendency, you want teams in there that you can pull for that's not had the opportunity to win a Super Bowl. I was pulling for the Lions, and when they got beat, I started pulling for the Bills, because they hadn't got there, or Josh Allen hadn't had a chance to play in the Super Bowl. But, I think it's just people just get tired of seeing the same old teams. I knew back when I was growing up, it's Pittsburgh and the Cowboys always seemed to be getting to the Super Bowl, Terry Bradshaw and those guys. And I also always want to see somebody different. But I don't know. I think that maybe it's just too big of a production, too, now. I think it's gotten out of hand. I was looking at the average price of a ticket. It's somewhere around $4,800 to go to a football game, per person.
Wow.
And then you consider it's about $2 million a minute for a commercial. It's just the Super Bowl's almost just turned into a money bags game to close out the year.
$4,800 for me to go to the game?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
$4,800 average ticket.
So this is how I would think. For $4,800, I can buy a really good TV and a sound system, and probably a recliner from Cannons, and get me some trays from Chick-fil-A, and won't even touch $4,800. I can take that kind of money that I pay for a ticket and go to New Orleans. I can stay right at home and watch it from the comfort of me home. So anyway, I think you're right. I think it's reached the point where it's just they price themselves out of the average man is a billfold. That's a lot of money for a family. $4,800 a person to get to the Super Bowl. So and you do a family of four, you can do the math. Almost $20,000 for about a 3-hour production, aka the Super Bowl. So
yes,
I'm not even sure I'll probably be at church. So if I do watch it, I'll just go back and watch the highlights. But anyway, that's what's going on Sunday. We know that. Get your take on this. I think it's a very sad commentary. Accounts connected with a gambling ring under federal investigation for its participation in 2 NBA betting cases have been tied to unusual wagering and activity on at least 3 men's college basketball games this season. Ruh-roh. The 3 schools, North Carolina A&T, Mississippi Valley State, and Eastern Michigan, all reportedly bet against by the gambling ring and flagged by betting integrity monitors at various points this season. So, in North Carolina, AT&T recently suspended 3 players, including the top 2 scorers on the team, for violating team rules. Don't know if it's gambling or not, but out of the blue, they let them go. They suspended them, so that's not a good sign for college basketball.
No, and I saw that too, Tom. And it's sad that sports betting has come to the point that that these teams will buy into that just to, I'm sure they're making a cut off of it themselves. So it is sad that we're at that level that teams are willing to throw a basketball game or any type of sports game just to win some money or make some money off of betting. It's we're in a dire situation with our sports world.
Here's one that could be even worse when I look at it. An umpire from Major League Baseball got fired. Pat Hoberg, fired by Major League Baseball for failing to uphold the integrity of the game after he shared a legal sports betting account with a professional poker player who did, in fact, bet on baseball. This is an umpire, Pat Hoberg, widely regarded as the best ball strike umpire in MLB. He can reapply for reinstatement for spring training next year. Says, quote, I take full responsibility for the errors in judgment that are outlined in today's statement by Major League Baseball. So in the release, they detailed its findings from an investigation as well as a neutral fact finder, including information from witness testimony and review of electronic records. So they've chased this guy and tracked him down, and so they fired him, Pat Hoberg, for, again, as I said, sharing illegal sports betting accounts with a friend who bet on baseball, and for intentionally deleting messages key to the investigation. Went back and said, I think we'll get rid of those. I don't think I'm going to let them see this. So they erased them. Can't do that. So this is an umpire.
Yes, sir.
That's helping out a guy that's betting on baseball. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yes, sir. And I'm afraid that we've got officials in every sport doing that. I've had my suspicions about the NFL for a while with the way some of the games I've watched. I've even had questions about college referees. You know, we're in a world right now where sports betting is what it's all about. That's all you see during these games. And it makes you wonder if someone's getting to these guys and say, hey, look, you know, you make a couple, 2 or 3 calls to impact the game, go this way or keep the point spread here, then I'll give you some money under the table and, you know, make you some extra cash. And it's sad whenever that the people that are supposed to be enforcing the rules are the ones that are actually breaking even more immoral rules by maybe potentially throwing a game or something like that.
I will tell you that I was approached because of the show and the million views we had last year, 1,600,000. I was approached by some folks that want to buy advertising on the show, and it's gambling, sports gambling. I won't give them their name to give them free plug, but it was a sports gambling company that said, man, we'd love to be on your show. And I said, not a chance, but thank you. Oh, we're willing to do, and they were talking about what kind of money they'd spend and all this, and I said, no, don't think so, but thank you. Appreciate the interest. And so, and also the beer company that said they want to come on here too. Now, I'm not trying to be lily white Mr. Prude, but no, can't let that happen on this show. And so the sports gambling, you know, and so, but here's the thing. What do you expect? I mean, you got kiosks now at a lot of the college places, certainly all the pro places. You can bet, you can sit, from what I gather, you can sit in the stands during the course of a game and bet on the game that you're watching. So if you make it that easy for people, you make it easy for these college people to get involved. And we've had instances down through the years, probably in the last 10 years, where they had guys caught betting on games in college. Well, if you're 18, 19, 20 years old, and that kind of money's waved in front of you, I mean, it's pretty tempting not to do it. And not everybody can fight the feeling. So, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, it's out there. They push it. And you're right. You go on about any basketball game or any sporting event on TV, and you're going to see the sports gambling folks. And some of the big stars are out there now saying, hey, you know, this is blank. And, you know, when you get your first free, or you get all these little bells and whistles just kind of trying to lure you in. So I'm not that surprised this is going on, but it's kind of sad that it's kind of like the white elephant. You know it's happening. You hope it isn't, but you know it is. And now you find out for sure. An umpire has been helping a guy bet on baseball. I mean, you got to know that he's innocent until proven guilty. But as Dad used to say, where there's smoke, there's fire. Or used to say there's a rat in the woodpile. You ever heard that saying?
Yes, sir.
So there's...
Well, you know, Pete Rose is an example of that, too. He got caught up in that betting when he played, and that's what's kept him out of the Hall of Fame. And you think about what a career that he had playing for the Reds, and here he can't even, Reds and the Phillies, and here he can't even get in the Hall of Fame because of that.
Nope. There's an old Leonard Skinner song, there's things going on you don't know, and I think that's one of them. I think that's a lot of things happening behind the scenes we don't know about, and it's just very, very tough. High school basketball, got a big doubleheader night. Cyclones go to Unicoi County. We'll go in there at 6:15. It's hard to believe we're winding things down. The tournament's not that far away, and postseason, get a run to Murfreesboro to the state. You start with district, regional, sub-state, and then the state tournament. So it's here, and there's a lot of teams, I think. I mean, the guys and girls, I think there's some teams out there can make a run, get down to the big show.
Yeah, I do too. I'm really impressed with the way the Elizabethton boys have been playing. Coach Honeycutt's got that team rolling. You know, they're only 2 overtime losses away from probably being in first place. Mm-hmm. And they're really rolling. They've lost Buckles to a knee injury, and you know, but those guys have really just stepped up. And I think that Hudson Smith's done a good job coming off the bench and starting in a starting role now. And he's really putting some points up there. And you know, when you got somebody like Hudson Pate that can just absolutely take the ball to the rim at any given time, Cyclones are looking good. You know, we got Hampton that's looking good over here too.
Mm-hmm.
Boys and girls, they're both in second place. Or Hampton's in first place, I believe. Maybe 8, or maybe they're a game behind South Green, one or the other. But they're looking really solid right now. The Hampton girls are in second place over there. Unaka boys haven't been playing that bad. I think they are in second place, maybe or second or third place. Of course, North Greene County has ruled that conference, but we've got some basketball teams here in our community that's really been playing some good basketball. Never can count out Clallan girls or Unaka girls or any of these teams. If you get in district, if you get in there and you start a run, you can ride it high, just like a wave, all the way to Murfreesboro, and could come away with a state championship.
Yep. Crockett's girls have a chance. Now, I'm not seeing everybody, so I have to make a disclaimer because I'm just seeing the ones that Elizabethton's played. But Crockett's boys, Science Hills boys, Tennessee High's guys all have a chance to get on down the road. Of course, you mentioned Elizabethton's guys. I still say the Elizabethton girls, if they get the right combination, get rolling, they could make a run to get on down to the show too. But that remains to be seen. But all the parts and pieces will have to fall into place. But it's certainly doable.
Yeah, you got Greenville too, and boys' side. They beat Science Hill at Science Hill last night. So several teams from this area has the opportunity to, make a big run down the way. I always like to see the teams here in the county, no matter who it is. I always like to see them do well, and it's exciting time. Tournament time probably is really the most exciting time of the year as far as basketball goes. I was talking to Andrew Barnett the other night, and we were talking. He said, I hate we lost Tennessee High. It was up by 10 to them, up by 10 to Crockett. And I just looked at him. I said, Andrew, I said, you do realize that the regular season is nothing more than glorified scrimmages getting you ready for the postseason. I said, that's where, you really want to be playing your best basketball. And he said, yes, sir, I agree with that. So, I think that these teams are settling in to try and get their seats for the tournament, and those are important too. Who you're playing in the tournament.
Yep.
Seed-wise is very critical. So never can tell. What's going to happen. I know Elizabethton's got, as you said, Unicoi County Night, Tennessee High. Love to see the Cyclones take the Tennessee High down Friday night just to maybe get that a little extra push of momentum for them.
Spice it up a little bit.
Yep.
Let's look at last night. Let's see. Crockett defeated Westridge, the guys, by 7. Hampton's guys won by 8 over Johnson County. Crockett beat Westridge. Greenville beat Science Hill, which surprises me. Greenville beat them by 11. Thompson had 33. He can play. Unicoi County, who we'll see tonight, goes to 15-10. They beat Volunteer down in Churchill by 8. That's on the boys' side. Then you go back up here to the ladies last night, and you have Crockett's ladies were going to 22-3 on the season. They can play. They beat Westridge by 18. Hampton's girls won big. They won by 32 over Johnson County. They're now 19-5. Greenville's girls beat Science Hill by 2. Unicoi County's ladies, we'll see them tonight. They beat Volunteers ladies by 25. And then West Green's ladies won by 7 over Cherokee. So busy night tonight. Who's playing where? Let's run them down for you. You have coming up tonight doubleheaders: Tennessee High at Sullivan East, Jeff County at Volunteer, Cherokee at Greenville. Hampton will host Unaka tonight. Happy Valley Bill and Warriors Hill hosting South Green. West Green will be at Chucky Doak. University High at Johnson County, and Tri-Cities Christian at Lakeway Christian. Of course, our game, as we said, a doubleheader beginning at 6:15 at Unicoi County. It'll be video and audio thanks to Jackson Judah, our high school youngster. Said, well, y'all come out there and shoot that game tonight. So big thanks to him. He's a 10th grader and said, yeah, I'll come so you all can watch the game tonight. You'll get to see it video and audio. So thanks to Jackson. So it's here. We got one more regular season conference game, a couple non-conferences next week, and then we switch gears and get ready for the tournament. As we said, the Upper Lakes, of which Elizabeth is a part of, will be playing at Viking Hall this year, both the district and the regional. That's good. So travel will be minimized. Last year we went to, God, where did we go last year? Granger?
Seems like
to Granger.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. Nice place once you got there. There's a hall from Elizabeth and to Granger. This year it's not the case. This year you have your ball games, the district tournament and regional will be, again for the Upper Lakes, will be played at Viking Hall. So There you go. What's going on in the city before I let you go? What's happening right now in the city?
We're still a little here in the middle of the winter, so we're not a whole lot going on, but activities will start cranking up probably around March 1st. We'll see some activities starting back in the city. I saw where that Main Street Elizabethton is going to have their Seuss on the Loose again this year in March. So things like that are going to start cranking up, and when it does, it gets really busy. Right now, work is still going on at Cat Island Park, where they're out there trying to redo everything where the flood took place. Those guys out there, it's been a joint effort by a lot of people to get that going. Boyd Sports, the Park and Rec, and then the softball and baseball program itself. Everybody's pitching in to get the fields ready so the kids can play some softball this year down there. And, it's just really just trying to catch back up from the flood, get things done. Bridge work's still ongoing. Those guys have been down there working with notice they had some heavy equipment down there, some backhoes and things. So work is still going on the bridge. Hopefully that they'll be on task and be finished hopefully sometime in May, which is what they give as a deadline. And I know people around here are being extremely excited about that, to have the bridge open back up. But it's it's winter season. Everything's kind of hibernated. And, of course, the Park and Rec's got volleyball league that they're trying to take signups for. Basketball season, I think, is winding down for them, too. They'll have some tournament play. And then also, Tom, for folks listening that may need a place for a meeting room, I saw where that the Park and Rec has opened up the Pine Room down there at the Teatrick Community Center is now taking, they're taking, I don't know what you call it. I almost say applications, but it's not applications. It's
Reservations?
Reservations. Thank you, Tom.
Yep.
They're taking reservations to be able to reserve the room down there, the Pine Room, for meetings and things. So just some things are starting to take place. Bonnie Kate's got some sort of a special coming up, a special event that they're putting on. So, things are starting to pick back up. This warm weather's been nice the last few days. Out yesterday in shorts, probably going to pay for that. But
You were in shorts?
Oh, yeah, man.
All
It
right.
was nice yesterday. But wintertime's it's hitting toward its peak. It'll be going downhill. We'll be getting ready to get some spring in here. I know that Big John's here will be ready to take care of everybody that's going to be doing some remodeling and things of that here in the spring, and some work around the house. So I know Mike's excited about that. And, just a good time of year. God's good. God's always good.
He is good. I can't tell you last time I had shorts on out in public. They would call me Lily because them little eggs are white. So, no, you're a better man than me. Here's Southwest Virginia games tonight, by the way. Gate City at Ridgeview, Twin Springs hosting Eastside. Rye Cove home to J.I. Burton tonight. Y Central at Union. Lehigh will be at John Battle. Abington, the Falcons will play at Pulaski County. And Castle will be at Thomas Walker. So they got a full slate tonight in Southwest Virginia, too, of boys and girls basketball. Ivan Sanders, always a pleasure, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Almost said my son, my friend, so you're welcome back anytime. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're going to be joined again at Cabinetry. It is the season. Spring picks up, and Mike's here. He joins us, the owner of Big John's Closeouts. He'll join us right after this from Big John's on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Big John.
My name is Michael Vance, Vice President of Advanced Heat Pump Systems. Advanced Heat Pump Systems has been open and providing service for over 35 years. The services we provide are installation and service of home heating and cooling systems. Our company's goal is to provide quality service for our customers. The reason you should hire Advanced Heat Pump Systems is because we offer a dependable, quality, trained technician to service your heating and air conditioning.
Sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Real simple. A lot of furniture stores out there. Why come shop at Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings?
One of the biggest reasons people really rave about is 95% of every piece of furniture you see in our store, you can have it tomorrow. Don't wait 6 weeks. You can have it tomorrow. We're a firm believer in having stuff in stock. We have a 31,000 square foot warehouse, which is a huge warehouse. It's actually one of the largest warehouses of any furniture store in the Tri-Cities. And it's full of furniture. And we keep it that way because we want you to be able to come in, select it today, enjoy it tomorrow. It's not the same day. Sunday, sometimes we deliver the same day. So
it's just that simple, folks. So phone number to get a hold of you is
423-543-6937.
How do we find you on social media?
Just look under Facebook, look under Cannon Furniture. It will pop up everywhere. Also on Facebook, we're running specials all during the week. You'll see maybe some of them may be limited quantities, it's short period, but they're crazy prices. Like that chest you were talking about, $147 for a chest it's a crazy price, and it'll probably be gone within a few hours. But we're always running specials like that. Our website is cannonshomestore.com. We are improving it every day. We're going to make some major changes to our website. We're excited about that.
It's all right here, folks, in downtown Elizabeth. And be loyal, buy local, buy Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings, great sponsor, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, our title sponsor, of course, Ford of Elizabeth. Let me tell you what they've got going on real quick. Then we're going to talk about some cabinetry here. Right now, during the New Year New Ride sales event going on at Ford of Elizabeth and our title sponsor of the show, you get zero money down on a new Ford Escape or the popular Mustang Mach-E. Be sure and test drive one of those. And the Ford Ranger was recently named the 2025 North American Truck of the Year. That's available, of course, at Ford of Elizabethton. And right now, there is 0% APR on new. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. There's Travis. Hello, sir. Keeps on going. Red-faced. Loved it. Right now, all I hear about is a church Sunday. Why do you always say it when you're there? Well, just because I like the jerky's
We
chain.
can't get him on the radio.
No.
I have tried. I have threatened to hold his paycheck and everything else. But
Mm-hmm.
go ahead with your ad there. I'm sorry.
Travis McNeil, he's a jewel. 0% APR on new models like the Dodge Ram 1500, the head-turning Jeep Wagoneer, and the Grand Cherokee. 0% APR for a limited time. Again, at Ford of Elizabethton and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Elizabethton, our title sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So love coming here and promoting what this gentleman does, he and his great staff. Before we get into the cabinetry, there's Travis. Who else works here?
Well, you've got Danny Davis works up front. I've got Matt Hamilton and Aaron Miller. There are two cabinet guys that go out and measure, do the layouts, the pricing and stuff of that nature. They've been here. I've got Bill Schooley that is working part-time. He has quite a bit of experience. He's worked in the past at Lowe's and some other things, and like I say, semi-retired. So he doesn't want to work every day, but he works quite a few days. And Jeff Miller, which is Aaron's dad, and Jeff has been with me quite a while, on that. So he brings quite a bit of experience with me too. And then out in the yard, probably my longest running employee is Chris Lyons. He's the one that takes care of the big warehouses. And then I've got, Tanner has come back. He left for a while. Now he's come back working with us. And then I've got Nathan over here on this side of the warehouse. He's a fairly new employee. He's a little green, but he's getting he's learning.
Sure. Trial by fire. And here's the thing. You walk in, you stand up at the counter, people walk in and say, hey, can you help me with boom, ... And that's what it's all about. You're problem solvers.
Yes. And also my son, he does our steel repair. He works up there at number 7. He's the one that works on a lot of the steel equipment. And then Jeff Peters is our cabinet assembly guy. A lot of your cabinets are ready to assemble or RTO. So you have to, if you don't want to put them together, we put them together for a very small price and have them ready to go. And that way they're well assembled.
Absolutely. Because I don't have time nor the patience to take them out of a box, put them together. Just let them do it. They'll put them together, bring them in, they'll hang them for you, they'll install them, they'll go turnkey from the time you pick it out, come in and pay for it. They'll take them out, put them together, bring them, set them up, not set them up, but install them for you. So we're talking about cabinets and what we're going to talk about here this segment. We're here live again at Big John's Closeout. You see on the screen where they hammer high prices. That's kind of a hammer without having a hammer. So it sounds more like a whip, but we hammer high prices. So there you go. Cabinetry, let's talk about what we've got for us, sir.
Well, when you start thinking about, the value of your homes, and of course we realize, real estate values have really changed in the last few years, but one of the larger selling features of about any home is going to be your kitchen, how well it's laid out, how functional it is for the lady of the house or maybe the gentleman that likes to do some cooking also, and your bathrooms and storage. But kitchen is one of the first things that people are going to look at. How modern is it? Is it contemporary? Is it up to date? Has it got some of the newer features and stuff of that nature? So it's important. And a lot of times, what we look at when we're talking about cabinets is the quality of the cabinets. Are they all wood? Or do they have particle board drawers, backs, sides, whatever? All of our cabinetry lines are wood. And so you don't have to worry about a little bit of moisture getting around there or, changes in the moisture level of your house causing your drawers to be hard and difficult to open and close and stuff of that nature. And that's one of the things that we hang our hat on is they're all wood cabinetry. Now, there's all kind of different styles and profiles that you can get. There's more and more companies coming out with cabinetry and stuff of that nature. There's a lot of colors and things, and this is just a basic brochure that you can hold up where they can see all the different colors. And it's not real easy to see there, but I've got samples. But we deal with a number of different cabinet lines, Pro Select, Matrix, wholesale cabinetry, Webdon, Vision cabinets, Jarlin, which is what he's holding up there. We've got all kind of different cabinet companies that offer different styles, different finishes, different amenities, and things of that nature. So you can pretty much find out just about anything that you may want to find, in our cabinet line. And cabinets have changed in colors. What used to be all wood, you start looking more and more now at different colors like the blacks and the shaker white cabinets, that you have here. We have a lot of people that like to mix that. In fact, the cabinets right over here beside you, where you're set up, you notice you've got black cabinets on the bottom. You've got white cabinets on the top, and that's becoming more and more popular as far as that goes. You're starting to see more and more colors come into play in the cabinet line, like your navies and your blues. We even have, and we've got our sample out on loan to a customer, a sage green. There's a green cabinet that's starting to take off and do a little bit there. And of course, the favorites that have been around the last few years that more and more people are utilizing is your grays, either in a shaker or raised profile and stuff. You've got lighter grays, you've got some of your darker grays like the storm grays and stuff. There's a lot of variation in the gray cabinets, and a lot of people are doing that and mixing them with like a white cabinet overhead with a gray on the bottom and things of that nature. But of course, the Old Faithful, a lot of people doing a lot of cabins, doing a lot of rustic stuff. You've still got, a lot of your wood cabinetry that still has the wood look, like that one right there, which is a Woodland. Is what it's called. It's from Vision Cabinets, which is one of our, major suppliers, along with Matrix and stuff like that. And of course, we stock here in stock an unfinished maple shaker cabinet. Comes out of Indiana. It's made right here in the United States, already assembled. It's an all wood cabinet. It's such a clean cabinet, it could be stained or painted, to whatever you want to do, or clear coated as far as that goes. It is a shaker, flat style, center and everything, and we keep that in a variety of styles and stuff. We also stock some kitchen countertops in stock. Most of these are straight pieces, 8s, 10s and 12s. We do have a few of them that are mitered, left or right, in 10-foot lengths. But, if that doesn't meet what your needs are, we can order, kitchen countertops, made to whatever you need. Mitered, capped. We can get bar tops with, that can be in different widths with rounded edges where you don't, catch your hip every time you walk by them and stuff of that nature. We've got a lot of different samples that you can come in, pick up the sample swatches, take them home, see if they match, your paint, flooring, whatever, so we can get your countertop needs met. We've got a lot of vinyl flooring, which, pretty much nowadays you don't hardly see any of the old laminate flooring that had the melamine type back and stuff. Now what you find is the waterproof flooring, that's very durable, easy to install. Pretty much water doesn't affect it, so you can finish your flooring. You can do the whole project here at Big John's, along with mowing faucets and everything to hook it up and install it.
It's all right here, folks. Again, as I said earlier in the show, all that's right there is out of his noggin, so it's no notes here. It's just let it rip and talk about it. So over the last, we've had some cold weather. Now we're starting to moderate a little bit as we get deeper into the winter and spring right around the corner. Has there been a trend? Are folks in here looking for flooring right now? Are they looking for cabinetry? Are they looking for siding? Are they looking for paint? Is a little bit of everything, or is there any trends?
It's been a pretty good mix of things. We've had quite a few people coming in, looking at getting some repairs for their decks now that it's sort of, they're starting to think about spring. They're starting to think about, getting outside a little bit more on their deck or their patio or whatever, and they're looking at repairs and things of that nature. And we stock a pretty full line of treated lumber all the way from 2x4 to 2x12s and all the different lengths and stuff, pickets and stuff of that nature, decking boards and stuff of that nature, as well as the anchor products. We've started seeing a lot of people special ordering replacement windows. They've had to deal with this below freezing temperatures for many days, and then they've got their electric bill, and it's a little bit of a shock therapy right there for them.
Yeah.
So they're coming in and looking at updating their windows, either with new construction if they're getting ready to remodel, or replacement windows that will fit right into the opening that they've got. They've either got older wood windows, or they've got older, possibly replacement windows that have just got a lot of age to them and has lost a lot of their R value. So they're looking at that. Exterior doors, we sell in quite a few of our exterior doors, and we stock a lot of steel exterior doors, 6-panel, a fan light on top, half glass, full glass, double patio doors, things of that nature. And you can get that with clear glass, grids in the glass or between the glass, mini blind if you're looking at a big patio door. And so, we've seen a lot of sales in that area. And, people are starting to, contemplate stains. We're going to have to stain the deck this year. What do you recommend? And we'll get a little bit more into that probably next month as we talk a little bit more about doing our spring projects.
Yep, it's hard to believe. I like it, though. I'm ready for spring.
I am, too.
And so daylight savings time's right around the corner. We go back to longer days. And as we said last week, the president said one of the things he wants to do is to extend and leave it where it stays light until 8 or 9 o'clock every night. I like that. So we'll see.
I don't mind that. It's hard getting off at 6 o'clock, and you can't do nothing when I get out of here. It's dark, in the dead of winter.
Amen. So he's talking about that, but we do know the days are already getting longer. It's getting warmer, and so spring's around the corner. Your Spring Fix-Up headquarters come down here. Be loyal, buy local. It's a mom-and-pop business. It's not a chain. It's right here. It starts and stops in Elizabethton. And one of the, in closing here, one of the things that are near and dear to your heart is the animal shelter. What's the very latest on that?
Well, we've got the spay and neuter building under roof. Right now, we're basically trying to utilize it for some food storage for people that are still struggling, with trying to get food and get back on their feet from the flood and stuff of that nature. We are not necessarily completely jam-packed with our animals at the shelter, but they're getting close. And, of course, it's always a struggle to find enough spots for all the animals that unfortunately are either abandoned or roaming free here in the community. But we've got some wonderful volunteers that come down and help our shelter walk these animals, spend time with them, help them, get out, get a little exercise. And we can't thank the volunteers enough. And, if you're out there and you have a passion for animals, reach out to the shelter and see if you can volunteer and, maybe spend a little bit of time just walking some of these animals and taking them around the block or out to the river there or whatever, and talk to Shannon about other needs that she may have. are always looking for people that want to donate, maybe blankets or things of that nature for cold weather, for these animals that are out in the kennels and stuff. And we're looking at trying to come together with a program to some of the outside kennels, what we call the hound run, which is beside the main building where we put a lot of our hounds. We're looking at a way to be able to close that for the extreme cold, have a little heat out there where we don't have to put these large dogs in these kennels and try to stack them in the hallway of the animal shelter, where we can leave them out there and they can still be protected from the weather.
It's all right here, folks. He does a great job. Of course, he's talking about the animal shelter. Is there a website we can go to find out about that?
Well, you can, you could necessarily call that, but you can go and look at Elizabeth and Carter County Animal Shelter website. They do a wonderful job. We've got a wonderful lady or two that takes pictures of some of these animals that are looking for forever homes. And I can tell you from having a number of them at my home, sometimes just these animals from the shelter make some of the best pets. Mm-hmm. They don't have to be a pure breed. They can be a mixed breed animal, but they are loving and they're looking for a loving home, and we just encourage people to go down there and adopt.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
Good man. Quick break. We'll be right back. More sports coming up next after this from one of our sponsors, Dr. Justin Smith and Physical Therapy Services on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Justin Smith from Physical Therapy Services, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Things that you do, maybe some things folks don't realize you do at PTS.
So a lot of people think that we hang our hat on sports and providing sports coverage, which we do, and we do a very good job with that. I'm not trying to toot our own horn, but there's a reason that we've been doing this since 1976, and we continue to be the go-to people for this. But some of the things that we treat that people don't realize that we treat is just generalized deconditioning. People that aren't able to get up out of chairs, people that aren't able to work, people that want to be able to go and see their grandkids play sports, but they can't make it from the parking lot into the stadium. So we help people do that. Vertigo. We do a lot of vertigo work and a lot of dizziness work. We're one of the few vertigo from the American Balance Institute, one of the few vertigo clinics within the state of Tennessee. We do a fantastic job with that as well. And the other thing is, because we've been in business for so long, we are very well integrated within the healthcare system of Northeast Tennessee and outside of Northeast Tennessee. So if we can't help you, we can refer you to the right people that can provide you with the appropriate care.
Awesome. A lot of things. Website, how do we find your website? What's there?
PTSTN.net. You'll find our information, contact information. We're currently redoing our website, trying to make it better and updated. Really, the best way to get in touch with us is to call us or stop by, set up for a consultation, and we can point you in the right direction. Whether we're pointing back at us to get you taken care of, or we are pointing you to one of our fellow clinics and fellow physicians.
Phone number is
423-543-0073.
Physical Therapy Services, PTS, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Ford of Elizabeth and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
So here's the deal. An opportunity presented itself for me to come check the dealership out. They said it might be for sale. My wife, my mother-in-law, both of my sisters happened to come last September, and we ended up at the Covered Bridge event, and we just thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, it was a blast. We weren't planning on being there for that. It just so happened the time that we came, the Covered Bridge event was going on, and we just loved it. We loved the community. We loved the energy, the vibe, and we felt like it would be a great opportunity for us to serve the community. Because every time I look at a store, I always look at how can we improve the community, how can we create jobs, how can we improve the business. And the upside was so tremendous in the Elizabethton community. I just felt like we could come make a big difference, and we've been able to do it.
You have. Ford, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Elizabethton. Social media, how do we find you?
So Ford of Elizabethton, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Elizabethton. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're everywhere. And we're ready to serve the community, sell cars, and make some happy customers.
Amen. What's the hours you're open, sir?
So we're open at 7:37 in service, and we're open at 8:30 in sales. We stay open till 7.
Our title sponsor, the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Ford of Elizabethton, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I'm so blessed, got this heartbeat in my chest. No, it doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed, got this heartbeat in my chest. No, it doesn't matter about the rest. If I
And back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, again, our title sponsor, we appreciate him very much. You saw Daywood, again, Ford of Elizabeth. And tell you what, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but when you get something zero money down on a new Ford Escape or the new Mustang Mach-E, hello, that's worth going down and driving, test driving right down the street here in Elizabethton. It's the New Year, New Ride sales event, Ford of Elizabethton, zero money down on the new Ford Escape or the popular Mustang Mach-E. Now, the Ford Ranger, they've got those in stock, different colors, of course, and different bells and whistles, was named the 2025 North American Truck of the Year. Strong. Now, on the other side, the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram portion of the franchise and the dealership, 0% APR on new models like the Dodge Ram 1500, the head-turning Jeep Wagoneer and the Grand Cherokee, and check this one out, 15% off the MSRP on a Jeep Gladiator. That's strong, folks. Strong, strong, strong. So, Ford of Elizabethton and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, our title sponsor. I love this. No surprises, just real prices. I love it. And, of course, when we go on the road, we travel, we get a chance to drive the different vehicles and talk about it. So I think when I get down to Morristown next week, I think I'm going to say, Josh, put me in one of those Ford Rangers. Let me talk about it going down there, because of all the trucks out there, there's a ton of them out there, all the different makes and models. The Ford Ranger was named the North American Truck of the Year for 2025. So there you go. At Ford of Elizabeth, and our title sponsor here of the Tom Douglas Sports Show. All right, we'll take a look at the NBA and the National Hockey League coming up next. Also, Major League Baseball. Cubs will be the first team in. They report for spring training on Sunday. Everybody, by this time next week, will be ready to go, or close to. Pitchers and catchers reporting. It's right around the corner. Spring is in the air, and so is the national favorite pastime of Major League Baseball, getting ready to head off into spring training next week. We'll talk about that. The NBA and the National Hockey League and the Super Bowl next on the Tom Douglas Sports Show.
Jewelers Bench has been providing our customers the highest quality jewelry at incredible prices for over 20 years. With our own jeweler in-house, we offer custom-made pieces as well as general maintenance and repair services and unique jewelry for all occasions. Whether you're shopping for yourself or someone special, we can help make your holidays bright. Stop in to see our vast selection and make this Christmas even more special. Highest quality for the best price, only at the Jewelers Bench.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
Again, show number 2,229. Said it wouldn't work. Next month will be 10-year anniversary. We started in the back bedroom with a clunky computer and a camera, and here we are. So we are going into show number 2229 today. Again, our title sponsor is Ford of Elizabeth. Let me tell you one more time, it's good stuff, folks. Zero money down on a new Ford Escape as part of the New Year New Ride sales event. New Ford Escape or the popular Mustang Mach-E, zero money down. Now, Again, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but you can get that. That's a great deal. Also, the Ford Ranger. Be sure and go by and test drive the 2025 North American Truck of the Year, the Ford Ranger at Ford of Elizabethton. Then on the other side, 15% off MSRP on Jeep Gladiators with Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, Elizabethton. Man, they take care of you. They do it right, and it's sales after the service. No surprises, just real prices. And be sure and go by there soon because these offers won't last long. Again, at Ford of Elizabethton and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, one of our, again, sponsors. In fact, not one of our sponsors, the title sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And again, as we told you, Facebook, YouTube told us we hit over 1 million views, 1,600,000 in calendar year 2024. So you want to go by and see them, test drive it. Again, and that's not the only thing they've got. They got the Escape, of course, the full line of Ford products. But right now, again, zero money down on the Ford Escape and the popular Mustang Mach-E. Hello. It don't take much. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, folks, but that is a really, really good deal. And the Ford Ranger, the 2025 North American Truck of the Year at Ford of Elizabeth, and our title sponsor here of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. All right, let's go back. We'll take a quick break. We're going to come back and wrap this thing up as we promised. Let's take a quick time out. We'll be right back for one of our great sponsors, Chick-fil-A, the new Spicy Deluxe Chicken. We'll be right back after this. NBA, National Hockey League, and the Super Bowl next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
That spice is 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Hi, my name is Khadijah, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is that spicy kick of the chicken. It's just the right amount of heat. It gets me excited and definitely wanting more. And then, pro tip, add that cilantro lime sauce. I couldn't get enough of that sauce. It cools it down. If the sandwich is at 100, the cilantro lime takes it to 200. It makes me want to, tell all my friends and family.
Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's take a look at the NBA. Again, they're still talking about the big trade. I think the Mavericks made a bad move. So Antoine Davis, heck of a player. He's got a foot injury, stays injury prone. And, of course, you know what the Lakers got. LeBron James, it would appear to be on cloud nine because of what they got. Here's your NBA schedule tonight. The Mavs will be in Philadelphia. Celtics will be in Cleveland. It's a heck of a matchup. Celtics 35-15. Cleveland, the best team in the NBA, at 40-9. Houston will be in Brooklyn tonight. The Knickerbockers in Toronto against the Raptors. You have Miami at Chicago. The Lakers and the Clippers will go at it in L.A., both with 28 wins on the season. Indiana and the Pacers will be in Portland. As we told you tonight, the men's top 25 college basketball. I'll run them down for you again, let you know who's going on. Top-ranked Auburn will be hosting tonight. Let's see, Auburn's got Oklahoma Boomer Sooner in Auburn, the number one team in the country. Also, 7th-ranked Purdue will be at Iowa. 11th-ranked Marquette against St. John's, and the head coach Rick Pitino. Say what you want. The guy's got another team in the top 25. He's done it with Providence. He's done it with the Celtics. He's done it with Louisville. He's done it with the Kentucky Wildcats, and now Rick Pitino's doing it with St. John's. The guy, say what you want, he can coach. Florida, number 6, hosting Vanderbilt tonight. Kentucky, 14th-ranked Wildcats at Ole Miss, 25th-ranked Rebels tonight. Can they pull off the upset? Number 5, Houston, the Cougars hosting Oklahoma State. You have in the Big Ten, Wisconsin, the Badgers, 21st in the country, hosting Indiana. Texas Tech had the biggest jump this week in the top 25, jumped 9. They're 13th in the country. The Red Raiders hosting Baylor tonight. And as we told you, Auburn will be hosting Oklahoma tonight as the number one team in the country. Tennessee plays tomorrow night. The Volunteers will be hosting Missouri at the Food City Center in Knoxville. And then on Thursday, oh boy, Gino and the Lady Huskies, number 6 in the country, come to Knoxville to renew that rivalry against the Coach Caldwell and the Lady Vols again at the Food City Center in Knoxville. That comes up on Thursday. National Hockey League tonight. Who skates on the ice? Let's see, do the Predators go tonight? Let's see. Columbus will be skating in Buffalo. That'll be a good one. Let's see. We got Columbus at Buffalo, 26 and 21 wins. Minnesota and Boston. Folks thank me because I give the hockey schedule. Well, hockey's, it's not for everybody, but for the ones who like it, they're diehard fans. Ottawa and Tampa Bay tonight. New Jersey and Pittsburgh skating against the Penguins. Florida and Washington. Vegas will be in New York and Madison Square Garden skate against the Islanders. Edmonton will be in St. Louis tonight against the Blues. Carolina, Winnipeg. Philadelphia, the Flyers, and Utah. Toronto, the Maple Leafs with 31 wins, and Calgary with 26 wins. Good matchup tonight on the ice there. Colorado at Vancouver to take on the Canucks. I love to say that. Detroit will be in Seattle tonight. It'll be Dallas and Anaheim against the Ducks, and the San Jose Sharks in the Shark Tanks, what they call the arena. They're red hot. They're 33-6, one of the top teams in the National Hockey League. They'll host the Montreal Canadiens tonight in the National Hockey League. As we told you, Major League Baseball ready to get started. Spring training. First team in will be the Cubs on Sunday. Pitchers and catchers the next week. Everybody's in. So by next Thursday, virtually every team will have pitchers and catchers in ready for spring training. Cubs go in first. World champion Dodgers go in next Tuesday. The Braves go in next Tuesday. And so it's here, folks. I love it. That tells you spring and warm weather's right around the corner when all these teams report in Florida to the Grapefruit League and to the Cactus League out in Arizona. So it is here. And again, on paper, as we talked about, tomorrow we'll have Mr. Baseball with us, again, breaking down another division tomorrow. But clearly, in the offseason, the team that did the best to help themselves, the Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, good night. Blake Snell re-signed Teoscar Hernandez, got Ohtani. They got Freddie Freeman. Who else? They got Mookie Betts. I mean, who else? Those are the guys coming back. And then they got some new guys coming in, mainly Blake Snell. What a pickup for them in the pitching rotation. And Clayton Kershaw, who's the veteran's not even being mentioned now. They got all these other guys, including Landon Knight out of Johnson City, still on the Dodgers roster. So cool stuff. But, again, Major League Baseball is here. I love it. It's right around the corner, and it starts, as we said, with the Cubs coming in, reporting into the spring training down in the Cactus League. Pitchers and catchers come first, and then the rest of the team will come later. It's probably a 2 or 3 day differential. Usually the pitchers and catchers are in there for a couple of days, and the rest of the team will join them. So spring training starts on Sunday for Major League Baseball. Final break. We'll be right back after this from one of our great sponsors, the good folks making it go. Let's bring you down to the Lingerfield Drug Center, and we'll be right back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to our buddy Dr. Eric Carter from Lingerfield Drug Center, one of our proud sponsors of the show, and Cyclone Sports. A lot of pharmacies out there, a lot of drugstores out there. Why, in your humble opinion, should we come and trade at Lingerfield Drug Center?
Yes, I think our customers are our family. We treat people how I'd want my family to be treated. And that's, we can come in after hours for you if you need, or deliver to you. I think we just go the extra mile. A lot of times at a big chain or something, if you need a refill and it's out of refills, it's too bad. But we'll call the doctor, send them messages, and keep bothering them until they get them sent in to us. So we want to do everything we can to make sure our customers have their medicine and are happy.
Customer service, folks. Again, Lingerfield Drug Center down here beside Carter County Bank in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
In a world where clutter, trash, and debris threaten your property, one man is ready to save the day. He's Container Man, your dumpster delivery superhero. Need to clear out your garage? Call Container Man. Remodeling your home? Call Container Man. Demolition waste taking over your job site? Call Container Man. From minor to major projects, Container Man has the perfect size dumpster for every task. With lightning fast delivery and the customer service of a locally owned company, he will help you restore order to your world. When you're ready to fight clutter, trash, and debris, call Container Man.
with us to wrap this thing up. You know, our title sponsor, Ford of Elizabeth, and here's the thing. It's like sports. It takes teamwork. And you walk in, you start the experience, you meet the sales rep, you get in the financial picture, then it's sales after the or service after the sale, rather. So it takes a team. It takes a village, if you will. It takes a team to make it happen all the way from the front end to the salesman to the financial department, and then after the backside of it would be, of course, the service department. But it takes all the little wheels to make the big wheel go around. It's kind of like a team. You know, on the baseball team with spring training coming up, we're talking about you can't have without a catcher. You can't have without a pitcher. So everybody plays an important role. Same when you go in to make a purchase at Ford of Elizabethton or Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's a team. And it starts when you walk in the door. The experience, it's always good, it's always positive, and it's no surprises, just real prices when you shop again and again, start that experience. So you're working with a team and a winning team at Ford of Elizabethton and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Elizabethton. Love working with them. They're our title sponsor here of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. All right, so we're ready tonight for basketball. Unicoi County is our team. We'll go on there again with 6:15. We're very excited to tell you one more time. It's not bragging, it's just informational. I always think I'm bragging, but we had 1 million views last year, 1,600,000. And I know folks go, well, okay, but it's a big deal to me because it means a lot of work, a lot of sweat equity. It's been 10 years in the running. So, again, it's a team. Folks like Big John's here, folks like Ford of Elizabeth. It takes a team. And so when you hit 1 million views, it's not just me, it's a lot of people in the pipeline in the process to make it work. So 1,600,000 views on YouTube and Facebook. Very, very proud of that. So, and that's just all I'm going to say about that. All right, back with you at 6:15 tonight airtime. Tip-off at 6:30 from Unicoi County. Basketball, we'll bring it to you video and audio. And we're looking forward to bringing it to you again as the Cyclones. The guys are 17-7. The ladies are 9-14. Both are red hot. The ladies have won 8 out of 12. The guys have won, they've won 9 out of 11, and they're ready to go. We'll join you tonight at 6:15 right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Wrapping it up, show number 2,229. We do this every day. Tomorrow we'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Thursday at the Jewelers Bench. We'll be there. Friday we'll be back at Food City on a Food City Friday. Again, don't forget on Thursday, guys, don't mess up. What's next Friday? Valentine's Day. Don't mess up. So we'll let you know Thursday. Give some great gift-giving ideas for the guys and ladies from the Jewelers Bench here in Elizabethton, the jewelry store, so we'll be there. Tomorrow, Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Full slate, brand new guests, ready to go. Bring it to you. We'll join you then. You join us then as well. Thanks for watching. We always wrap up the show by simply telling you, as Mom used to say every day, going down, catching the school bus every day, she'd say, boys, bloom where you're planted. All 4 boys go, okay. And I go down and go, bloom where you're planted. She'd say, Tom Taylor heard that. We'll talk about that when you get home, young man. Bloom where you planted. Yes, Mama. Bloom where you planted. Make a difference. And also, win or lose, be a good sport. Win or lose, be a good sport. How many games I've been to this year or watched grown-ups, grown adults, act like complete idiots over a ball game. Win or lose, be a good sport. Sun comes up tomorrow, train rolls on. If you win, that's great. If you lose, that's great. It's not great, but if you win, it's great. If you lose, it is what it is. Win or lose, be a good sport. See you back at 6:15. Thanks for watching today's show. Again, live, as we said, but on the road today here at Big John's Closeouts in Elizabethton where they hammer high prices. See you back.